The Loveland Police Department is facing a federal lawsuit tonight. The family of a 73-year-old woman with dementia says officers broke her arm and caused other injuries during a shoplifting investigation. The intense video of the arrest has gone viral online.
June 26, 2020. Attorneys say this video shows 73-year-old Karen Garner being stopped by Walmart employees after she wandered out of the store without paying for soda and detergent. Employees eventually escort her back inside. According to a federal civil rights lawsuit, Ms. Garner tried to pay for the items, but employees wouldn't let her. Police had already been called, and that's when Ms. Garner decides to walk home. She was just 2 blocks from her home when she was stopped.
All right, let's stop, ma'am.
But attorney Sarah Shelkey says her client's disabilities weren't considered during the arrest that followed.
Ms. Garner was suffering from dementia. She was suffering from sensory aphasia. They both affect her ability to really understand what's going on in the world around her. The video is insane to watch.
2 minutes into the body camera video, the lawsuit says Officer Austin Hopp grabs Miss Garner's left arm and takes her to the ground.
I'm going home.
It makes you very worried about vulnerable people in the community with a police force like that.
Garner is eventually handcuffed and taken to a patrol car. By that time, Officer Dadia Jalali has arrived on scene.
Quit! Get in the car.
In you go.
Do not hook onto him.
And a citizen who's been watching the interaction approaches the officers.
You have to use that much aggression? Yeah, give me your car so I can put a report.
Okay.
I see you there, how you throw that little kid.
This isn't just some random act of aggression.
Their supervising sergeant, Philip Metzler, showed up, and Metzler made the comment, when you told her to stop, she kept walking, right? So we got her on obstruction, we got her on resisting. Take her to the jail. And if they don't want to prosecute her, I don't care.
Before Mrs. Garner is transported to jail, the officers talk more about the ordeal.
A little bloody, a little muddy, that's how it works.
Yeah, is the blood on her? Yeah, that's her blood.
Mrs. Garner was transported to the department, and court documents allege she spent several hours crying in pain.
Ouch.
That's okay, we got you.
The suit says she was later taken to the Larimer County Jail in Fort Collins while injured.
Dislocated her shoulder, fractured her arm, kept her in a jail cell away from family, medical care, everything that a vulnerable, at-risk person in the community like her needed then. They kept her from it for over 6 hours.
Now, Shelkey says the family needs to see accountability.
The behavior is indefensible. They knew they were being recorded, and yet they did it anyway. We have to ask ourselves, why?
Hey.
Everybody, John Van Dyke here for New Jersey Exposed. Today is Saturday, September 18th, 2021. Time is 5:08 p.m. All right, we have another update to a Loveland, Colorado police story. Now, some of you might recall this. We just put a video up the other day about a Loveland police officer that was threatening to tase somebody because he would not answer questions. And you might remember a couple months back, we had a Loveland police officer who took a 70-something-year-old woman who had suffered from dementia and picked her up and slammed her on the ground and arrested her. Well, looks like the taxpayer is going to be paying once again. This is reported on NBCnews.com, and this came out September 8, 2021, reads as follows. Colorado City agrees to $3 million settlement over violent arrest of woman with dementia. Now, let me say something here. You know, Colorado doesn't have qualified immunity anymore. So the question is, how much is coming out of this officer's pocket? Okay, let's read the story real quick and find out what's going on here. I don't know, did I put that up there for you to see? Well, there it is. In case I didn't, there it is. All right, let's find out. The city of Loveland, Colorado has agreed to a $3 million settlement over the violent arrest of a woman with dementia last year. The city said Wednesday, there is no excuse under any circumstances for what happened to Miss Garner. Loveland Police Chief Bob Tyson said in a statement announcing the settlement, which is yet to be finalized. There is no excuse. The woman, Karen Garner, 73, was walking home when she was forced to ground and handcuffed by police June 26, 2020, after she was stopped on suspicion of trying to steal $13.88 worth of items from Walmart. You imagine that. The cop is going to pick you up. You're an old woman, you're frail. And he's going to pick you up and he's going to slam you on the ground. See, this is what they did. I'm convinced this is training that they get, because this is one thing I have noticed in many of the videos that I've been doing and reviewing, that one of the first things they want to do is pick you up and throw you on the ground and dry hump you or hurt you. For $13.88, this is how you treat somebody? You don't treat somebody like that. That's bullshit. She had a dislocated shoulder, a fractured arm, and a sprained wrist after the incident, according to a lawsuit filed on her behalf. Garner has dementia and sensory aphasia. I don't know what that is. Sensory aphasia, A-P-H-A-S-I-A, which impairs her ability to verbally communicate and understand others' communications. Her attorney has said Garner forgot to pay for the items, which were retrieved by employees, according to her attorney. Garner's attorney, Sarah Scheike, said that the incident was a horrific assault and that Garner was denied medical care for hours. The settlement will help pay for Garner's care, her family said. It's good to know that we can keep her in care and have her cared for, but there needs to be some changes in this department. Her daughter, Alyssa Swartz, said at a news conference Wednesday, I don't want to see this happen to anyone else's family again. Although the civil lawsuit at Loveland is nearly settled, the two former officers face criminal charges. Both parties have agreed that settlement without the admission of liability prevents further litigation and is in the best interest of all. In other words, the taxpayers are going to pay out the $3 million and the cops are not going to get sued. That's nice. Once again, the taxpayers are taking the responsibility for bad cops. Two former police officers involved in the arrest, Austin Hopp and Daria Jahali, were criminally charged in May. Hopp was charged with assault causing serious bodily injury, official misconduct, and attempt to influence a public servant. At a court hearing last month to weigh the evidence, his attorney Jonathan Datz argued that Hopp's supervisors determined his actions to be acceptable, the Loveland Reporter Herald reported. Jatali was charged with failure to report use of force, failure to intervene, and official misconduct. Jatali has not commented publicly. Well, the great thing about it is you got one cop here who didn't really do anything to the victim, but this cop stood by and did nothing. And he got in trouble for not doing nothing. City Manager Steve Adams said in a statement that the settlement agreement does not upend the work we have left to do. We know we did not act in a manner that upholds the values, integrity, and policies of the city and police department, and you still don't. So this is more propaganda bullshit here.
Check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys.
So there's more to the story here. It's a little more longer. I'm not going to read it. It's got some other stuff. So you have two cops, one who picked a 70-something-year-old woman up, was fragile, picked her up, slammed it down, broke a few things on her, cost the taxpayers $3 million. What do you think is going to happen to these cops? Anything? I suspect nothing. I suspect they'll go on probation. Suspended sentences. All right, I'll put the link in the description. Go read the whole story yourself. Loveland Police Department out of Colorado is a dirty, stinky toilet bowl of a department. Till next time, people.
It sound right, boys.
Quit!
Are you finished?
I'm going home. Hey, stand up. We're not going to hold you.
Let's go to the ground. On the ground. On the ground.
Quit! Quit!
What? What are you doing? Get out of here. This is not your business.